Because you guys all asked and I aim to deliver, here's the Venom mask tutorial. So let's start with creating the teeth. We're going to start with a small amount of polymorph in a bowl and some hot water poured into the same bowl. We're going to make sure that the polymorph inside the bowl is translucent, and that's when you know it's going to be ready to be molded. Be careful because the water's still hot. So we're going to take a little piece of the polymorph and start to mold it into the shape of the Venom teeth. You want to take your time with the molding just to be sure that you're as accurate as possible. And once you're satisfied with the shape, you can put to the side so it can harden and become white, as you can see here. If not, you can continue to play with it and put it back in hot water to soften again so you can manipulate it. After making 10 to 12 teeth, we're going to use the same process to create our eye. And we're going to use the bowl in order to make the shape. Using the bowl helps me get that crescent shape I want. And then also I am able to mold it and make sure that the surface is flat. You definitely want to take your time with the molding, but not too much time so it doesn't harden while you're molding. But once you are good with the size and the shape and how flat it is, you can go ahead and put to the side and wait until it hardens 75%. Then once you're ready, you can go ahead and remove it from the bowl and put to the side so we can get started on the full face structure. Just a heads up, you are probably going to need to lay some paper down because it's going to get messy. You're going to put some liquid latex in a bowl, and then we're also going to mix it with some all-purpose flour. You can honestly use any type of flour. This is the flour I had, and as we mix it, we're going to make sure the consistency is thick and kind of look like oatmeal. So go ahead and give that a mix. Once you got that consistency right, you can go ahead and start to put on the eye portion of your mannequin head or your face cast if you have one. And we're going to make sure that it's thick enough that once you add the eye, it can hold its own. Now we're going to have to fill in the space around the eye so we can have a smooth base. So this is what we're doing. Don't worry, it's definitely going to get messy and even messier, so be prepared. If you need gloves, go ahead and get some gloves, but I like to work with my hands. You can even use a tool if you want, but because of how sticky it is, I would recommend using your hands. Once you're good with the area that you want to fill in the spaces around your eye, we can move on to the rest of the face and making sure that you have this consistency all over. But make sure that you leave a little room for where the mouth is going to be. Now is the smoothing part. We're going to take some liquid latex in a bowl. No need to put any flour, just liquid latex. And we're going to use our hands to smooth that around the face that we have. It's going to help the face be less sticky and more smooth, as you can see. We're just going to put that all over every area that we have that concoction of liquid latex and flour, just to make sure that everything is smooth. As you can see, we're making progress. Love to see that. Now we're back with our liquid latex and flour concoction, and we're going to be creating the jaw for our mouth. Please make sure that you have a thick enough area for the jaw, and we also want to make sure that the mouth is open so we have space in between the jaw and the top lip in order for you to put the teeth in. So we're going to use our liquid latex to smooth everything out. I should have said this earlier, but I honestly recommend you watching this a few times before actually starting, just so you can make sure that you have all the materials you need and that you get the hang of what you're creating. So once you're good with the shape of your mask and how the consistency feels, you can go ahead and add your teeth. It's going to be a little slippery, so just be careful. And if you need to reshape teeth and make smaller, go ahead and adjust then. But make sure that you add the teeth while the mask is still wet, so it's easy to put the teeth in. So now we're going to let the mask dry overnight. I definitely forgot to record while painting, so these are the colors I used, and this is the results. So I used brown, yellow, and a little bit of white for the teeth, red and brown for the gums. Now for the fun sciencey part, we're gonna make the black mask shiny. So we're gonna use all these materials that I'm showing right now, and we're going to do a concoction. Adding 3 parts gelatin, and we're gonna say 3 parts water and 1 part glycerin. Mix that together to get a smooth consistency. Should look like applesauce, and then we're going to add a couple drops of black dye. Mix again, and we are going to start to add to the mask. Yum. Very simple, just start to add the consistency to the mask on the black areas that you have. Take your time. And once you're done adding to every section of black, you're going to let this dry for a couple hours. And here's the finished product. So fun. So in order to stick onto your face, go ahead and use liquid latex, put that on your face, and then put on the back of the mask, and here you are. Make sure to tag me in the photos you take.